Good afternoon. Welcome to NYFP. This afternoon, I'm joined by Ben Willis of Sunrise Securities. Hi, Ben. Thanks for joining me today.
It's my pleasure.
Well, as had been widely expected, the austerity plan did go through for Greece, but we still have the second vote coming up tomorrow. Now, given what's happened today, how concerned are you about the upcoming vote tomorrow?
Well, I think what we saw, I think the investing world saw what we needed to see, and you saw a classic buy on the rumor, sell on the news in the pre-market before we really got started. But I think tomorrow it's going to be more about end of the quarter than it will be about Greece. We'll be able to put that on the back burner, I guess, if you will. The austerity plan is something the world was looking for. It was a demonstration that the nation is willing to take steps that they need to take to pay off their debt, if you will. And I would think that people are going to have to start to look at the United States and what Mr. Obama is talking about right now, and how the United States is going to meet their obligations and make sure we don't default. But I think tomorrow's trading activity is going to be more concentrated on the last day of the quarter for the U.S. equities than it will be on Greece.
Well, Ben, you do bring up an interesting point with the end of Q2 as well as the end of the month. We also have the end of quantitative easing too. And given that we aren't getting any additional stimulus measures to help the economy, what do you make of today's move in crude?
Well, I think the move in crude there were two functions there. One was the relationship to the dollar as the euro rallied on the news and the dollar sold off, but it also broke through its 200-day moving average, which caused some short covering. And that being said, crude is kind of its own animal. It doesn't necessarily function on pure supply and demand as it functions on supply of money demanding to be in the product.
Okay, Ben, last but not least, before we wrap it up, earnings season is coming up pretty soon. For earnings season, what are your key concerns?
Well, I think the world needs to see a continuation of a growth pattern, no matter how slow it may be, growth nonetheless. I think any company that will disappoint and show a pullback will be punished accordingly. But I think in the broader picture, as far as the evaluation of the S&P, most of the analysts who follow it are suggesting a continuation of an upward trend of the earnings of the S&P 500.
Okay, Ben, as always, thank you so much for your time and thanks for your insight.
My pleasure.